100%. And this is where I want to move on to that point of KSI versus Jake Paul, right?
KSI gets beat. KSI gets beat.
So...
all you little KSI fans out there, I know you're going to give a shit. Yeah.
Okay.
KSI now
Joe
gets
finish
beat.
the point. Let Joe finish.
So
I'm a few buckets in,
a lot of people are saying like, JJ, don't do it. Like, you don't need to.
He is killing music, isn't he?
Do you believe that JJ wants that fight? Like, in here, he wants it.
I've heard. I can't really say everything I've heard, but I've heard he's training. And I've heard he's training with some serious people.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
but how long's he been doing that?
You can't catch him.
Let me with some serious people, like top level pros. So whatever happens, I personally don't think.
What the fuck is
going on?
This is I don't think KSI would be putting himself in a position and commenting on Jake Paul fighting Ben Askren. I don't know if you've seen his reaction to the Ben Askren press conference. Like, and also, like when you watch Jake versus Logan, JJ versus Logan, he is a dog and he has got the fight in him and he is a hard cunt. Like, you know what I mean? No two ways about it.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I think I've heard he's been training with some high level guys, and I'm like, okay, maybe it happens then, because the one thing that worries me, from a JJ point of view, is like Jake's been really consistent and Jake's fighting a lot. Obviously, if you're a fan of JJ, you're wanting him privately behind the scenes to be putting in that work, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, because he's been doing all these like inside fights and sparring all these guys, come out ready. And from what I've heard, who he's training with, that could well happen. I don't know though.
But do you think it's likely that he will or does need a few warm-up fights before that Jake Paul fight?
Vidal was absolutely spot on. All right.
Does need a few warm-up fights before that Jake Paul fight.
Vidal was absolutely spot on. All right, Vidal. And when I said to Vidal, your guy JJ loses if he fights Jake right now, that is factually correct.
He conceded
Vidal,
if he fights like he fought against
Logan Paul, and now, and also Vidal also said that like I wouldn't put it in with him now. He needs a couple of warm-up fights. But the problem is, because when you are so new to boxing and you're learning curves like this, it would be very it wouldn't be common for JJ and the experience that. I just think there's too much of a gap right now for JJ to come up based on, what Vidal said about he would have to change how he boxed, and he would. But the gap is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger because Jake Paul is keep fighting and fighting and fighting.
Look, if Jake Paul beats Ben Askren, there's no way KSI is ever beating Jake Paul. That's just that. If he turns up today,
KSI is a dog. He loves to fight.
An incredible
but his boxing skill is the only thing I require.
To your point about the Ben Askren thing, I get what you mean, but I'm just going to say this: JJ hits harder than Ben Askren as well. So I'm
but it's not about hitting hard.
No, I'm really just putting one stat.
But toughness does come into it. The dog does come into it in professional boxing.
Fighting
for sure.
isn't about hitting hard.
I'll tell you now, I'd give JJ a better chance than I give Ben Askren tonight. Like, definitely,
100%.
And that, I know that might seem
no. I'm really.
But honestly, I'm just honestly speaking my mind. Like,
I agree.
JJ's got great athleticism and he hits hard.
Yeah. And
it's the will to win. JJ's got the will to win, mate. Like he's got the will to win.
So, do you know the bad blood between Jake and JJ?
Yeah.
That would get JJ to a point that I don't think Ben is at with this fight.
Yeah.
Ben
the why. That's his why. That's his why, Joe.
Yeah, and that's what Joe brought up is the why. Like the rivalry between JJ and Jake Paul is the stuff of like the fact that they both do music, the fact that they both have so much in common, but they're yin and yang, like completely opposite at the same time. It would make for such a fucking great press conference.
But there's the thing as
I just want to be at the press conference.
The body language views on that.
I just want to see a press conference. Wait. I don't even need the fight.
But this is the thing. It needs also people like us with our platforms to keep plugging this fight, to keep, because we also, like, while them two are doing their thing, we're the ones that can influence the people to still want that fight. Because talking like you are right now, and talking like how I talk about it, like, it gasses people up. So that's why I think we got to keep talking about it, because we know it needs to happen, bro. It needs to happen.
For the culture.
For the culture. It does.
Because this is a once in a lifetime thing, and by that I mean, when Jake Paul and KSI are 50 years old, and they've got kids who are about to have kids, and they're a bit on the chubby side, and they're mowing their lawns and their mansions or whatever, they're going to look back, if they don't do this now, and they're going to think, and they're still going to be talk of, even then, they'll still be talk of, what if though?
Yeah,
and do you know what it is, right? Even for me, if I'm in that situation and I had the world at my feet like these two boys do, I'd rather just not have that question in 50 years or whatever.
I wouldn't.
I'd rather just go, fuck it. Yes, and do you know what else though? They'll make so much fucking money.
Exactly.
It would be
exactly.
Like this JJ versus Jake Paul, it would not be far off AJ Fury numbers.
Mate,
that is mental,
brother.
That we know.
I think it'd be bigger. I think it'd be bigger. And I'm a boxing fan. I'm a boxing fan. I want to see AJ Fury.
Is it about boxing? I think that would be.
No, it's about entertainment. It's about dopamine hits. It's about oxytocin.
Don't fucking like
smile.
This is schoolyard shit. This is like back in the day when the two hardest kids on the schoolyard, like, let's fucking have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that simple.
Yeah. And there's only 2 commentators that you need. 3.
It's very kind of you to say, Jeff.
I love it.
Tom and Believe in Bruce.
I love it. Do you know what it is though? I literally come back from having a piss there, and I was thinking, lads, I'm having the fucking time of my life.
This is quality.
I can't even remember what we talked about.
Do you know what I mean though? Like genuinely, I'm having the time of me fucking life.
This is our job.
No, it's fucking
Thanks, Kim.
It's your job.
I'm loving it.
It's a good job.
Honestly, I'm loving it.
It's also strange.
I'll go for another piss.